Hi, my name is Alan Rappaport. I am the Data Feed Client Relationship Manager here at FMTC. I'm going to take you on a very brief overview of the FMTC dashboard. You can see right here, this is after you log in, this is the screen you'll get to. You'll see some deal alerts, some featured merchants and the such. And again, I'm not going to take you through every panel and every option on here. I'm just going to hit some quick highlights to get you started. So first we have the home screen, which you see here. You also have, next you have the administration, where you can see some of the billing and manage your users and sub-users. I'm not going to go into too much here. I'm going to skip right to links and tools. So in here, the first option here is Browse Deals. This is a great tool for you to use to see all the merchants that you have opted into, and we'll get into that later, but these are all the merchants that you've selected to receive the feeds for, and you can click on any of them, click Submit, and you can see all the active offers that we have for that particular merchant. And there's also a lot of different advanced search options here as well. I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but you could see you can figure out the deal type, you can go category type, you can narrow this down as much as you want, but this is just seeing the active offers for that merchant. Now, all of these offers should be in your feed that you receive from FMTC, and as long as everything's working right, all of these offers should be on your site. These are all the active offers, but this is a great double check to see what active offers we have for which merchants in FMTC. Deal Bank will allow you to see offers for merchants you're not that you haven't selected on FMTC, and then we have local deals. Merchant Hub is a great tool for you to use to do some research on specific merchants and opt into the merchants, and there'll be another option to do that later. I'll show you how to do that here in a second, and I'll just skip right to relationships now. These are really important screens here. Under the Manage Network IDs, this is where you'll put in your network ID for each affiliate network that you're partnered with. This is extremely important because FMTC puts this affiliate information into the links that we send to you in the feed. And if these affiliate IDs or network IDs are not in the links, then you will not get credit for the sales and not get the commissions for the sales. So of course, this is really super important. You can check back here on a regular basis, and you could see if any network is in red. So you could see, for instance, impact radius for me is in red. What that means is that I have selected impact radius merchants for my feed, but I have not put in the network ID, so this is a big problem. I'll get the links for that specific merchant, but it will not have my network ID in there, and I will not make money, so that's a big deal. But once you put in a network ID, you just need to put it in one time. Network IDs don't change very often. You just put it in one time, and then any merchant that you pick for that network will put that ID in there. Next is Manage Merchants. This is a great tool to see what merchants you are currently active with and will show up in your feed. So once this loads, we can, not sure why it's not loading. So yeah, you'll see this is a list of all the merchants that are in FMTC, but not necessarily the ones that I have selected for my feed. Right here, you can see here's one here in the check mark to exist. So that's one that is going to show up in my feed. All these other merchants will not show up in my feed. So this is a great way to manually choose merchants that you want to promote on your site. You need to be careful though, because you'll see some merchants are listed on here twice. For instance, this 24/7 press release, you'll see it's listed on here twice, and you say like, well, which one should I choose? Well, you can look over here, you see once for share a sale, once for commission junction. So just be very careful when selecting these that you're choosing the right network, the network that you are active in. So if I'm active with one of these in ShareAcel and I pick the Commission Junction one, well, those links will come over, and I might even have a network ID specified for Commission Junction. But if I'm not in an active relationship with them on Commission Junction, I will not get commissions for that specific merchant. So be very careful what you're choosing. Make sure you're choosing the correct network for those. Merchant Sync, I don't have it set up on this particular account, but this is a great way to not have to manually choose each and every merchant that you have in your feed. This will, if you turn this on, this will allow you to will allow FMTC to check Commission Junction, Linkshare, ShareAcel, all the affiliate networks, and it will automatically add all the merchants that you're active with in that network to your feed. It can go through and see which ones you're active with. And also, if a merchant declines you or stops their affiliate program, it will in turn take that off of your feed so that you no longer have that. So it's a great way to automate the process. The Manage Merchant section, which I just showed you, will allow you to do it manually. Merchant Sync will automate it a little bit better. So it's your choice what you do. Some of these other choices here in OPM directory just give you some general information about OPMs. OPMs are outsourced program managers. These are guys that will manage the affiliate programs for specific merchants. If the merchant doesn't want to manage it themselves and they don't want the affiliate network to manage it, then they can hire an outsourced program manager to manage it. So this will give you some information on that. Skimlinks is a great tool as well. This will allow you to promote merchants on your site that you do not have an affiliate relationship with, but you can still monetize it. So Skimlinks is a separate company that you have to sign up for. It's not part of FMTC, but once you have signed up for Skimlinks, then you can come over here in FMTC and enable Skimlinks. That way you can choose merchants that you want to promote that maybe didn't accept you into their program through the affiliate network directly, but you can do this. Now, when you use Skimlinks, a percentage of your commissions will go to Skimlinks. So it's better, for you to partner directly with the merchants on an affiliate network because you get to keep the full commission. But for those merchants that won't accept you or whatever, you can always go through Skimlinks, and making some money is better than not making any. So Fresh Press is another thing I won't go into right now, but we'll skip over into feed management. I'm not going to go into detail on these. This will give you some information on your API calls. You do want to set up your feed to call FMTC feed fairly often. We are in there all day approving coupons, adding coupons, updating coupons, deleting coupons and offers. We're doing that all day. So, the more often you call the API from FMTC, the more updated information you have. So you probably want to do that every half hour or every hour or so, just to make sure you have all the offers updated and fresh deals in your site throughout the day. You have some settings here for that. Exclusive data is where you can put in your own information. So if you want to add a merchant that's not on FMTC, but you still want it to be managed within FMTC, you can manually input it in here and manually input deals for those manually inputted merchants as well. Now beware, doing this, because all the onus would be on you to keep track of that information, make sure your linking is affiliated and you're getting commissions where you're supposed to be getting commissions, and if an offer needs to be updated, that would all be on you. So you probably don't want to use this unless you really have to. You want to rely on FMTC for that information and to update that information. But it is here if you want it and you want to manage it through the FMTC dashboard. Here you have some account settings. You shouldn't have to go in here too often, hopefully, but you know, you can change your password and look at billing information in here. You definitely want to be aware of this submit an issue tab. This will be for all your needs. So like I mentioned before, if you want to add a merchant and it's not in FMTC, you can request that merchant to be added here. If you think there's an offer that you want to promote for a specific merchant, but you can't find it in FMTC, you can say, hey, there's a missing deal. You can do that through here. It's much, it's more better for you guys to do it through this ticketing system rather than just email an individual at FMTC, because this will, you know, the ticket will be directed right to the person that it needs to go to. If someone's out of the office, someone else can come into the ticketing system and grab, you know, and resolve a ticket. So if at all possible, you probably want to go through the ticketing system with any kind of issues or questions. You can always reach out to us directly too, of course, but it is a good idea to get in the habit of going through this ticketing system to do that. And then, of course, you can see what tickets you've submitted. And then the last thing I'll just mention here is documentation. So if you ever have an issue, you know, before you submit a ticket or before you reach out to us, you may want to look into the documentation, and you can find a lot of answers there for any kind of questions or stopping points that you guys get to. So again, there's other stuff in our system here, but that's a real quick overview to get you started. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, submit an issue, and hopefully this helps. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.